All right, hello everybody. I am Amanda Dahlstrom, and sorry if I start coughing in the middle of this. I'm just getting over something, and it's not been fun. So, anyways, we are doing exercise 811 today, and let me go ahead and clear this out. And what we're doing is we have a list of events that have occurred, and we're going to record the transactions in the general journal. So here we have, in 2016, on May 1st, we received a $5,900 12-month 6% note in exchange for an outstanding account receivable. On December 31st, we're going to record the accrued interest revenue on that note. And on May 1st of 2017, we're going to record that we received principal plus interest. So to start, we'll go ahead and put our first entry. It's going to be for May 1st. And we're going to debit notes receivable for the $5,900, and we're actually going to credit accounts receivable here because the note is replacing the accounts receivable. Okay, so the next item we're going to record is going to be on December 31st, and that we're going to record our interest receivable. And to calculate that, we need to find out how much interest has been accrued up to that point. So we have our balance of the note, which is $5,900. We know it's a 6% interest rate. So in order to find how much interest is accrued between beginning of May and the end of December, we know that 8 of the 12 months have passed. So we're going to equal the amount of the note, and we're going to multiply it by the annual interest rate. And then we're going to multiply that by 8/12 because 8 of the 12 months have passed. And we get 236. So we'll go ahead and debit the 236 to interest receivable. And then the account that gets credited for that is going to be interest revenue. So that's 236 goes here. And then the next transaction we have is going to be on May 1st of 2017. And this was actually going to be quite a bit longer. I just noticed I didn't make enough spaces for this. So what we're going to debit is it's receiving everything, so it's going to be cash. And our credit accounts, we're actually going to have 3 here. And the first one is going to be notes receivable because it's going to be the principal of the balance. Notes receivable, and that is going to be credited the amount of $5,900. Next is going to be the interest receivable that was accrued over here on December 31st. So that's the 236. And finally, you're going to have interest revenue. And to calculate that, what we're going to do is we're going to find out what the total amount of interest needed, which is going to equal the $5,900. And we're going to multiply that by the 6%. And so we can see that the total interest that needs to be collected for this note is $354. And so we can go ahead and subtract the 236 that we already accrued from the 354, and that gives us 118. That's the remaining balance that needs to be collected. Another way you can do it is we can see that we've already accrued interest for 8 of the 12 months, and we need to accrue interest for the remainder. So we take the 5,900 times the 6% interest and multiply that by the remaining 4 out of the 12 months, and we get the same 118. Okay, so all we need to do next is we just go ahead and we add up everything that we've collected. So we've collected, let's do this. So cash amount is going to equal the notes receivable plus the interest receivable plus the interest revenue. And that's going to give us a total cash debit of $6,254. Hopefully that is clear enough for you. And if you have any questions, just let me know.